Hello everyone, back to tuning in to today's fourth and final video. Going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days. For today's final video, day 10, is going to take us to the 6th of September. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles, because they run to around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFSB2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. We'll just well into the second half of September. I shall get on that for you in a moment. It's been a busy old day at GavsWeatherVids today. So, start off with 6 a.m. upload. We've had the EC42 days / 6 weeks ahead, and weekend forecast too. Check out all of the vids. Please like, share, subscribe on those videos. And thank you so very much for doing that. Right, well, we're going to start off with the central temperature, I think, today. So here we go then. The CT is currently standing at 19 degrees, bang on, 19.0, which is 3.2 degrees above average. And that's provisional to yesterday, to 26th of August. That's going to tick down a little bit more, I think, over the next few days. It's going to finish up in the 18s. This will be an 18 Celsius CT August, there's no doubt about that. Just exactly where it finishes up. I reckon probably somewhere about 18.5 will probably be the landing zone, to maybe 18.8, somewhere in that ballpark, I would have thought. Interestingly, that will be above July's temperature. I think we'll have a hotter month in August for CT than we did for July. July came out at 18.2. That's a very hot temperature for July, so to have an even hotter August is very unusual. That doesn't happen very often. And, of course, over recent years, it has been quite uncommon for August to be the hottest month of the summer. It's tended to be July. So, yeah, this August definitely has made up for, like, the run of cooler August that we've had over recent years. This is the CT page at the UK Met Office at Hadley. CT, of course, is the longest and most reliable temperature record anywhere on Earth. I go way back to 1659 mode, but further back you go, it just becomes like a snapshot. Now, if we run down to 2022, there is our current year right there on the bottom. We can see July confirmed at 18.2. August CT will be placed there. That will be in the 18s as well. I won't go over this in too much detail because we looked at it a couple of weeks ago, I think. But it's like 2003, that was the last time we was above 18 degrees with a CT for August. That one, August 2003, came out at 18.3. I think it's going to be a bit above that. So this is likely actually to be the hottest August since 1997. 1997 had a August CT of 19.0. I think we will be under that one. So this will be the hottest August, I think, since 1997. Very long time ago, of course. And then, of course, we had an even hotter August in 1995 at 19.1. So, again, it's remarkable how we have that run of very hot August from 1990 to 2003. We have 1990 with an August CT of 18.0. We have 1995 with an August CT of 19.1. We have 1997 with an August CT of 19.0. That's been revised up 0.1 of a degree, by the way. It used to be 18.9, but on the latest version of the CT index, they have revised that up, I think, by 0.1 of a degree. Anyway, it was a very hot August in any case in 1997. And then we also have 2003, just here at 18.3. So you had like 4 very hot Augusts within 13 years, and then, you know, then none up to this point. But I'd say August 2022 definitely going to make up for that. It will be an 18 Celsius CT August, no doubt about that. I reckon probably somewhere around 18.7, 18.8 will probably be where we end up. And then we shouldn't, or I won't say we don't, but we shouldn't be getting the downward directions now that we usually get either. So that should be pretty much where we are. You know, that 19 degrees should be pretty much where we are, and not running like 4 or 5 tenths of a degree above average or something. They should have ironed that out. So we should wait and see. We will know by the end of next week where we're coming in with the CT for August. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles the next couple of weeks. We're at Birmingham today, so the red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Birmingham. You see we're very close to average at the moment. I'd say pretty close to average as well. We're just a little bit above over the next week or so. The final few days of August. Quite close or a little bit above average. Maybe going a bit cooler though through the first week of September now. A little bit of a return back closer to average anyway, before maybe a slight warning trend later on. The main things that looks like getting more unsettled, so starting off relatively dry over the next few days, and then becoming significantly more unsettled as we go through the first week, 10 days or so of September, with plenty of precipitation spikes. That's the black background view. This is how it looks on the white background view. It's created a little bit of conversation, I've noticed, within the comments. Have been using the white background view as well. I'm actually going to put up a poll later on the community page. You can vote which one you prefer. I don't really mind either way, to be honest. I can interpret it either way, but just which, the viewers prefer. Now, I'll talk you through this. I probably should have explained, a little bit more. So, with this, let's go back to the black view. So, on the black background view, the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average. The white line, that line just there, is the ensemble mean. So that's the mean line of all individual ensemble members. The thick green line is the latest operational run. And all of the other current lines of Yeti, they are just each individual ensemble member. The dark blue line, just here, the thick blue line, that is the GFS control run, which at one point would have been the operational run before the last upgrade. So that's how you interpret, that's how, and of course, got the temperatures on the side. So we've got 20 degrees at 858 there, got 10 degrees at 858 there, and we've got around -5 at 858 just there. Dates on the bottom, and these are precipitation spikes, of course. That's how you interpret the black background view. Now, this is the white background view. So with this one, same idea. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average. The black line on this is the ensemble mean. So because it's a white background, you can't have a white line for the ensemble mean. So this black line just here becomes the ensemble mean. Otherwise, everything else is the same. But the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average. The blue line, the thick green line, I should say, that is the operational run. So you make that out just there. That's the latest operational run. The thick blue line is the control run. That would have been formerly the operational run for the last upgrade. And each of the other individual current lines are, each individual ensemble member. Again, the temperatures on the side. So that's 20 degrees, 858 HPA. That's 10 degrees, 858 HPA. And -5 degrees at 858 HPA would be out there somewhere. These are the precipitation spikes with the dates underneath on the bottom of the chart. So, I don't really mind either way which one we use, but I will put a poll up, see which one, which view you prefer, and we'll see what you make of it. But yeah, it's a bit of a change. Why not have a little bit of a change sometimes? I don't mind either way, but we'll see what you make of it. I'm going to put the poll up on the community page. Right, that will be coming up very short. Right, temperature anomalies from the 27th of August, 4th of September are going to be warmer than average, not just the UK, but through most parts of Europe as well. And precipitation anomalies from the 27th of August, 4th of September, a little bit wetter than average up in the north, a little bit drier than average down in the south. Notice I said a little bit wetter than average in the north. That is a change. So, of course, we're seeing weeks of mostly drier than average conditions with these anomaly maps. But today, 27th of August, 4th September, yes, just a little bit wetter up in the north. Maybe a sign of changes to come. The latest wind flow map from earthnowschool.net shows that high pressure is ridging in across the country today, and that high pressure will be ridging in throughout most of the bank holiday weekend. And beyond that, actually, this is how the UK Met Euro is looking for midnight on Tuesday. High pressure dominates over the country. We're bringing in an east-northeast wind, looking mostly dry and fine. That high pressure carries on, ruling the region into the second half of next week. But look at this, get through the Friday, high pressure begins to weaken. We've got low pressure developing both to the west and also to the south. Pincer movement is on against the area of high pressure from both west and from the south, and so we finish up looking like that for UK Met Euro. Low pressure looks like it's developing out to our west-southwest. We're bringing in an easterly wind, trying to fend off that area of low pressure. A little bit of a battle going on, but it does look as though that is turning a bit more unsettled. Icon looks like that. I'm so sorry, everyone. Icon looks like that. Again, high pressure dominates through the middle part of the coming week. It's the end of the week that the high pressure begins to weaken and breaks. Here we go, into next weekend, low pressure develops out to the west of Ireland. That starts to bring outbreaks of rain northwards and eastwards, probably across the country. Quite a big change. It is still relatively warm as we bring the wind up from the south. GFS midnight run, again, shows a high pressure over the country through the middle part of the coming week. And then high pressure weakens at the end of the week with low pressure developing out to west of the country. Quite a deep area of low pressure, actually. And that low pressure comes meandering in across the country as we go around up to around day 10 and beyond. This is Wednesday, 7th of September, just beyond day 10, when we pull in a cooler northerly wind. And, whoops, where are we going? You want to go there. And we start to try and build a little bit of a ridge there into the second week of September. That doesn't come to much, so the next low pressure rolls in. And that one also bringing further spells of rain. So the GFS midnight run looking quite unsettled through the first week, 10 days or so of September. The GFS 6 there, again, suggesting quite a lot of high pressure domination through the middle part of the coming week. End of the week, again, the high pressure weakens as low pressure begins to move in from off the Atlantic. That turns us much more unsettled for next weekend, looking probably unsettled. Look at that, 990 millibar. There is low pressure there, just west of Scotland. That will bring showers or longer spells of rain and much cooler temperatures for the first weekend of September as well. Great big dartboard over top of the country all the way up to around day 10. Beyond that, we start to build up some higher pressure, or try to our south and east. It looks a fairly flimsy ridge though. I think this low pressure to the south of Greenland will probably push that aside quite quickly. Notice there is a ex-hurricane or tropical storm moving into the North Atlantic just there as well by around the 12th of September. That's a long way off though, of course. If you enjoyed the video, then please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so very much for doing that. Don't forget to drop a comment. Also, let us know what about this in all of our videos. Right, the GEM, high pressure once more, is ridging through the country on Tuesday, bringing a lot of dry weather with it through the middle part of next week. Then the high pressure weakening a bit at the end of next week. Lower pressure coming in from the Atlantic. That low pressure bringing showers all along the spells of rain as we go through the first weekend of September. Under the area of low pressure looks unsettled with showers and longer spells of rain on the GEM. We do keep wind up from the south-southwest, so it's relatively warm, but certainly much more unsettled there with the GEM between days 5 and 10. And then lastly, we've got the ECMWF, which once again is showing that high pressure ridging through the country through the middle part of the week. Then the high pressure begins to weaken later on, although the low pressure not as strong with the ECM. Actually, the high pressure of Scandinavia fends it off and pulls up what looks like a very warm to hot southerly southeast. So it's just gives a little bit of doubt about this breakdown. And, does imply, but we might see the weather becoming hotter through the first week of September out of all of this. So this is how the upper air temperatures look for the 5th of September, day 9. Got plus 15 Celsius iceberg there coming into the south. Day 10, we're drawing up a proper southerly southeasterly flow. And hot air has come northwards as well with the plus 15 Celsius iceberg. That probably will get the temperature back to 30 degrees again down in the south. So that's just a little bit of a question mark. Just that's a little bit of a question mark about this breakdown for next weekend. Will we turn unsettled and cooler through the early part of September, or will we actually bring the heat back from the south and fend off the areas of low pressure? Remember how stubborn this high pressure has been all summer. It has not wanted to budge. And while most of the model output, you have to say the majority, is breaking down the high pressure and turning things unsettled through the first week of September, that, from today's ECM Big Night Run, just adds an element of doubt and a pause for thought, I think. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. So we'll probably complete dry the next few days. There will be a few isolated showers here and there, but overall a lot of dry weather to come until we get to around days 9 and 10. And then we're looking at storms, particularly so for more western and southwestern areas. But the eastern and north tends to stay mostly dry as that area of high pressure fends off the low pressure in the Atlantic. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, just to the 6th of September. 18 members of the ECM ensembles, including the control and the operational run, have that high pressure to the north and the east with the low pressure to southwest. So that's high pressure is bending off below and we're drawing up that very warm southerly flow. So there's 18 going with the control, with the operational run, also including the control. 15, much more unsettled with low pressure over top of the coast. That's in line like what the GFS output is doing, in particular taking the high pressure further to the northwest, and so that's just generally very unsettled. 10, with low pressure just to the southwest, but high pressure probably fending it off to some degree to the north and the east, so that looks a bit thundery. That could be very warm and thundery. And then 8 just here with high pressure in the Atlantic, mid-Atlantic ridge, low pressure to the east. That's bringing down much cooler northerly winds. So, again, it's just a little bit of doubt, I think, here within the ensemble output in terms of this breakdown. It looks like it's going to break down. The high pressure looks like it's going to break down next weekend. We turn it unsettled. But in the end, you know, will it actually come off? In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It gets us to the 11th of September. 15 members of the ECL ensembles have high pressure back. High pressure back in over the country. So mostly dry and warm. 12 with low pressure over into the east coast. High pressure towards Greenland. Winds coming in from the north with that. Cool and unsettled. 10. Low pressure to the north. High pressure to the south. Winds are flat and westerly. Number 10 just here with low pressure west of Ireland, high pressure up towards Scandinavia. That looks a little bit unsettled. And then forward, deep low pressure covering much of northern and west Europe. That's properly autumnal, wet and cool with winds in from the northeast. So a range of options, anything from a very warm or hot southerly to a cool and autumnal northerly. And dry or wet as well. You know, range of options seem possible here through the first week or so of September. It's all to be revealed. It's all to play for. It's going to be exciting to see how it works out. Again, I think probably a lot of this uncertainty about the seeing is down to tropical developments in the Atlantic. I think we are seeing the tropical Atlantic, beginning to start showing signs of livening up. That will always add an element of doubt. September is just about the hardest month for models to get a grip on due to those developments in the tropical Atlantic, and I think we're seeing, the impacts of that within model output at the moment. CMS reaches finally reached a 500 millibar high tolerance breakdown to week periods. The first week period takes from the 27th of August to the 2nd of September. High pressure is dominating weather in the weekend, bringing lots of dry and fine weather with it. Into week 2, which is the 3rd to the 9th of September, high pressure to our north and northeast, but lower pressure to our southwest. That's only more unsettled, could be quite warm, but would be potentially rather on the wet side. Week 3 is going to be the 10th to the 16th of September. Low pressure to the north of Scotland, then high pressure pulling away into the Atlantic and over to the northeast of Europe. That sends projecting southwards, so that will be a cooler week and still rather changeable. And then week 4 is going to be the 17th to the 23rd of September. High pressure then just to our south, low pressure to the north. That brings a flat westerly flow through to driest weather would be in the north, wettest weather. Driest weather would be in the south, wettest weather would be in the north with that. So it's all to be revealed. The CMS still looking a little bit unsettled, but perhaps a little bit less so than it was yesterday. We've got the ECM bringing up those hot southerlies. We've got all the other model output looking rather unsettled for the first week of September, particularly the GFS output. So let's just wait and see what happens. If you've enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for doing that. Drop a comment. Let's know about this and all of our videos. And don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe as well. Tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids, get them to subscribe too. And that would be amazing and fantastic if you can do that. We need to put on around 20-25 subscribers to get to 14.3k. So we are grinding to 15k subscribers, and if you could give us a sub, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. Right, well, that's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to get the historic video done later on for Bank Holiday Monday. We're going to be looking at 1928, 1929, winter of 1928, 1929 for the historic video on Bank Holiday Monday. I have not done it yet. I'm very late with that, so I really have got to get that done and get a banker in later on today. So that's going to be what I'll be doing later on today. But you enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and for this video, though, that's all for now. And thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.